Mullet belong to the Mugillidae family, a group of roughly 70 species whose members range worldwide in shallow warm seas. A few species live in freshwater, and some are reared in ponds. All are good food especially in smoked form, although smaller ones may be too bony to eat. Mullet roe is considered a delicacy. Mullet are important food for many predator species, and anglers use them alive or dead, in chunks or strips, as bait. Identification. The striped mullet is bluish-gray or green along the back, shading to silver on the sides, and white below. Also known as the black mullet, or fatback, it has indistinct horizontal black bars, or stripes, on its sides. The NS are lightly scaled at the base and unscaled above, the nose is blunt, and the mouth small, and the second dorsal fin originates behind that of the anal end. It is similar to the smaller fantail mullet and the white mullet, both of which have black blotches at the base of their pectoral NS, a characteristic that is lacking in the striped mullet. The fantail mullet has an olive-green back with a bluish tint, shading to silvery on the sides and white below. Its anal and pelvic NS are yellowish. There's a dark blotch at the base of the pectoral end. The mouth has an inverted V shape, and the second dorsal end originates behind the anal end. The white mullet, also known as silver mullet, is bluish-gray on the back, fading to silvery on the sides and white below. It lacks stripes. Small scales extend onto its soft dorsal and anal NS. There's a dark blotch at the base of the pectoral end, and the second dorsal end originates behind the anal end. Size. The striped mullet may reach a length of 3 feet, and weigh as much as 12 pounds, although the largest specimens have come from aquariums. Roe specimens in the wild are common to 3 pounds, but most striped mullet weigh closer to a pound. The fantail mullet is small, and usually weighs less than a pound. The white mullet is similar in size to the fantail. Life history behavior. Mullet are schooling found inshore and coastal environs. Many, but not all, species have the unusual habit of leaping from the water as they race along in schools. Some have stiff bodies when they jump, and fall back into the water with a loud splat, which usually draws the attention of people nearby. Most newcomers to mangrove coasts think these leaping fish are a sporting species, or are being pursued by game although this is often not the case. Theories abound as to why mullet jump: to escape predators, remove parasites, coordinate spawning migrations, aid respiration, and so forth. Some research has supported the respiration theory. Research on striped mullets showed that the fish uses the upper portion of the pharynx for aerial respiration, obtaining air by jumping, or holding its head above the water. The research showed that the jumping frequency of this species seemed to be inversely related to dissolved oxygen concentration. The less oxygen, the more often the SH jumped. Adult striped mullet migrate offshore in large schools to spawn. Juveniles migrate inshore at about 1 inch in size, moving far up tidal creeks. Fantail mullets spawn in nearshore or inshore waters during the spring and the summer, and juveniles occur offshore. White mullets spawn offshore, and the young migrate into estuaries and along beaches. Food and feeding habits. These mullets feed on algae, detritus, and other tiny marine forms. They pick up mud from the bottom, and strain plant and animal material from it through their sieve-like gill rakers and pharyngeal teeth. Indigestible materials are spit out. In most species, the stomach is gizzard-like for grinding food. Distribution. The striped mullet is cosmopolitan in all warm seas worldwide, and is the only member of the mullet family found off the Pacey Sea coast of the United States. The fantail mullet occurs in the western Atlantic and Bermuda, and from Florida and the northern Gulf of Mexico to Brazil. Cool facts about red mullet. First, 1. What type of animal is a red mullet? A red mullet is a type of marine fish. The second one, what class of animal does a red mullet belong to? A red mullet belongs to the class of Actinopteridae, which includes various other ray-finned fish. Third one, how many red mullets are there in the world? There is no specific data regarding the total worldwide population of this species. The fourth one, where does a red mullet live? Red mullets are found in the Mediterranean, North Atlantic Ocean, and the Black Sea. They are found in countries that border these water bodies such as Egypt, France, Bulgaria, Denmark, Greece, Norway, Romania, Tunisia, and the United Kingdom. The fifth one, what is a red mullet's habitat? Being a demersal fish, a red mullet spends its time near the ocean bed. Older fish prefer colder temperatures and are found in deeper waters. They are generally found in warm waters like the English Channel and the Baltic Sea. Young fish are found near rocky beds where they scavenge matter. The sixth one, who do red mullets live with? Red mullet are goatfish that lives and hunts in groups. They might also form a non-feeding group, simply for the safety benefits a school provides. Since they live in deep benthic zones where visibility is hindered, they use barbels on their chin to feel around. As such, they are not predators, but they wait silently for prey to come by. Sometimes, they join forces with other fish like moray eels and hunt together. The seventh one, how long does a red mullet live? The average lifespan of this fish is around 4 years. However, a large percentage of fish only live up to 3 years of age. The maximum lifespan of a fish in the wild is 10 years. The eighth one, how do they reproduce? As red mullet is reared in many fisheries, the reproductive stages of this species have been subject to numerous studies. Red mullets are fully mature enough to reproduce at around 2 years of age. This is in contrast with the gray mullet species, which grow and mature slowly. Red mullet season for breeding lasts from autumn to winter, but this may vary depending on the species. During the breeding season, adult fish migrate to lay eggs, which may range from 1 to 7 million eggs. The eggs freely float in the water and may sometimes be eaten by predators. Parents do not stay around to take care of their young ones. Young ones hatch and generally prefer softer sea bottoms like mangroves. Once they grow older, they may migrate to deeper and colder waters. Breeding occurs only once a year. Ninth one, what is their conservation status? Both red mullet species have been assigned a status of least concern by the IUCN. This is because they are reared extensively by fisheries to substantiate the loss from oceans. However, this does not mean that red mullet is not overexploited in the wild. In fact, 2 out of 3 trawlers and fisheries were found to overexploit this species of fish. Red mullet in the Mediterranean was earlier a bycatch of other fish, however now, it is fished for its taste alone. While it is not very popular within the UK, it is extremely popular in other parts of Europe. This fish is also heavily exploited in West Africa and Morocco. Most fish caught in nets are less than 2 years of age, which is quite concerning and can lead to further population decline as they do not mature to lay eggs. Next one, how cute are they? Red mullets are cute enough as far as benthic zone fish go. Their color and barbels give them an aura of playfulness. The yellow patches also make them fascinating to watch as they cut through the water. The sloping head is an interesting feature that adds to their cartoonish shape. Next one, how do they communicate? Red mullet is a demersal fish and relies more on sound than sight. They have a lateral line running along their back that helps them to detect low-frequency vibrations. Instead of relying on their eyes, the red mullet uses its chin barbels to feel around. The barbs have highly sensitive sensors all over them. Next one, how big is a red mullet? A red mullet size ranges from 20 to 30 centimeters. They are the same size as a small koi fish, or half the size of a large gray mullet fish. Next one, how fast can a red mullet swim? Being a demersal fish, this species is not meant to swim extremely fast, or across long distances. This is in contrast with the general mullet species, which are quite active swimmers. Next one, how much does a red mullet weigh? A red mullet weighs an average of 544 to 998 grams. Next one, what are the male and female names of the species? Both males and females are called red mullets. Next one, what would you call a baby red mullet? A baby red mullet is called a fry once they hatch from the egg and are able to feed. Next one, what do they eat? Red mullets eat worms and crustaceans that they find along the seabed. Young fish may scavenge on dead fish from rock beds. So, today we are talking about some details about mullet fish. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more videos.